All right, welcome back all. Joe Downey sitting alongside Brad Faxon, taking a look at the match course property from 400 feet. So we're looking from well above, and you can see how open this golf course is and how much progress we've seen along the way. The outskirts of the property are pretty much fully grassed, and the internal portions are still yet to be, but getting there and getting the shaping done to do so. Brad, can't tell you how excited I am. We've been talking along the way and super pumped for what we see right now. Tell us a little bit about what we're looking at.
Well, this is a great view of the 100 acres or so of what used to be the Arthur Hills course. And what I mean used to be, you will not recognize anything when you finally get to play here. Removal of tons of trees, movement of some lakes to the exterior of the property. Just a few remain inside of the property. About half the golf course has been grassed or sprigged. And it's hard to imagine with this view here, the center part of the property is every day grass and seed and sprig is being put down, sod is being put down around the bunkers that were 3 months away really from playing your first round of golf here. And the challenging parts of the project are pretty much over. All the heavy earthwork is done, tree removal is done, and now it's just the final shaping and grading of really just a couple holes left to go, Joe, and every day you see something new and different and more exciting.
Yep, exactly. And before you know it, everything will be grassed and it'll be growing time. So it's coming along great, and we're very excited to break down some of the holes that have had more progress since the last update. So let's get into it.
Beautiful look here at the opening hole, mid-old trail, this par 5, generous fairway width-wise. There's some cool bunkers out here, and the grass, when it's seeded or sprigged here in this case, takes about 90 to 100 days to get to where it's ready to be played, and you could almost hit shots right now, right about here in the landing area. And again, lots of options, lots of choices here. That's going to be the theme of the golf course. Do you lay up short of this big cross bunker? Do you go out to the right? You try and draw it in so it opens up, comes in from that front right side. Doesn't look like you want to miss it left here, does it? Small green for this par 5. When you play the second hole here, you're going to want to make sure you're playing from the right tees. This is a Cape hole. If you think about Cape Cod, the Bourne Bridge to Provincetown, hitting over the Cape Cod Bay, that's a little bit of the version here of this little piece of architecture, and you've got to choose wisely what you do. You don't want to hit that left fairway bunker. You want to get it down the right side so you can have a chance to get it in the best position for your next shot over the bunker, short of the bunker, or do you want to try and be heroic and run it all the way up to the green? This green is kind of at an angle. It's very shallow, and the right club here downwind will be hard to judge. This is a great par 5. Here's a great view of the third hole, one of the toughest par 4s on the golf course, at least one of the lengthiest. It's going to have a favorable wind. You see these two bunkers are deception bunkers, old style architecture that maybe disguise or hide part of the fairway. This is a dogleg left. Ideal aiming point is at the big oak tree in the middle of the fairway with these two bunkers guarding each side of the fairway. And as the fairway starts to dogleg and turn to the left, you'll notice a punch bowl green where it's high on the perimeter greens and low in the center. A real cool feature here, and a tough hole location on the front left, especially with the wind blowing left to right and against on the golfer's second shot. Could be one of the best holes out here. Fourth hole is the first par 3 on the golf course. Check out this green, the longest green on the golf course, some 50 paces from front to back. You can see the front of the green is much wider. It'll be a very easy hole location, but if you have that pin in the back, it gets very narrow back there and it can play a much longer shot. And the wind's blowing hard right to left. This will be a really nice hole to make a par on. The par 4 fifth is right along the western property line here at Old Trail. And like all great golf holes, this one gives you lots of choices off the tee. Where are you going to play your tee shot? Are you going to try and challenge that bunker in the middle of the fairway? You're going to take it to the right to enable the easiest shot into the green, or you're going to go to the fat of the fairway and now have to carry one of these two greenside bunkers here with a smallish green that tilts away from the left side of the fairway. Lots of choices here on number 5. There's a junction here between the 6th tee box and the 12th tee box. The 12th tee box goes up to the left there, but here's the 6th hole. And as we go up along the center of the fairway here, you can see the grassing lines your guests will walk away from their first time around here and say, this may be the hardest hole. That old trail could be up to 450 or 60 yards from the very back tee. You have to avoid that left fairway bunker. And now these two cross bunkers that are diagonal to the golf are well short of the green, so you're going to have to choose, do I need to lay up, keep it out to the left for an easier pitch shot up, or am I going to challenge this elevated green sloping severely back to front? The 7th hole is going to be what I call a fun hole. You're going to have a little deception or waste area here that's going to make the hole semi-blind. And this green, you're going to either love it or hate it. There's going to be a bunker there right in the middle of the green, and this green is really wide and really deep, and it's got a lot going on here. So you got to find a way to thread the needle, get it under the middle of this green, and watch it roll, roll, roll to the end of the green. Here's the 8th hole, that old trail. And just because it's a short par 4 doesn't mean it's an easy par 4. Lots going on here. As you can see, the pond to the right, which will be in play, especially with a prevailing wind that comes into your face most of the time. Pretty wide fairway though. It doesn't look like that from the tee box, but if you hit a good drive in the middle of fairway, pretty simple approach. But if you happen to pull your tee shot left, look at those 4 bunkers you'll have to carry over. And that green, of course, slopes left to right. Heck of a hole.